Evening all. I hope this working, because if it doesn't, I'm going to give up. Looks like I might have to buy another microphone or something. Right, so first of all, if you want to be entered into the draw for Radley Valentine's Angel Tarot, along with the larger book that goes with it, that's much more in depth than the little booklet that comes with that. There's a lot of explanation in there. It's a really good book. I think together they're worth about £40, maybe more. I know at the time that I got them initially for entering into draws and stuff, but until recently I really didn't have the subscribers to do it. It cost me quite a bit of money at the time. So wherever you are in the world, if you want to be entered into this draw, you need to be subscribed. And you also need to comment in the comment section of any video where I make this announcement. You need to put enter me, or words to that effect, or can you enter me, whatever, in the draw. Right. Another announcement is that the video I did about grooming gangs and would it bring down the government, that video, when that video is paid for, it will, by Google obviously, when that's paid for, the money raised from that video will go to the Maggie Oliver Foundation, which is a very worthy cause. And those of you who don't know, Maggie Oliver was a detective in the Manchester police who dealt with this grooming gang issue, and her husband died and she left the force for a while, and when she went back she was horrified how it had been swept under the carpet. She set up her own foundation. She's been very vocal over this ever since. She's never let up, and her foundation helps the victims of grooming gangs, the child and older people. Once they've sort of got older, a lot of people still haven't come forward, and when they do, they usually tend to be a bit older. And it is worth mentioning that it's not just white girls, white children. It's also Sikh and Hindu children, and it's not just girls, it's also boys, and I do have experience with that. Anyway, and for those new people, new subscribers that have never heard me say it, everything that I make from YouTube for my channel goes to will go to a charity, apart from the grooming gang one. Will go to a charity. It's a children's hospice here in Sheffield, where I live, in South Yorkshire. And it will go to the Bluebell Wood Children's Hospital. You are able to Google that, in Sheffield, and it's for children who go in for respite and other things when they are at their end of life. And it's a very supportive hospice. They're very supportive with the families and everything. They do a lot of good work, but with the national insurance and the tax rises and everything, they will lose a lot of money, and they will have less to spend on their charity. Once these cuts come in, a lot of charities are being hit by the recent government budget. Right. We're already flipping 4 minutes in, so I'll start waffling. This video was requested by Florence, and Florence wanted to know about the tunnels in Gaza, and that's all she put. So Florence, I'm just gonna do what I think I need to do on this one. So I'm gonna look at not necessarily Gaza, the tunnels in Gaza. I'm gonna look at the hostages and the recent announcement that we may be looking at a ceasefire. It's not an end to the war, as I understand it. It's just a ceasefire, and at the moment they're wrangling over the release of hostages. The last I heard was literally a 2-minute clip on a radio when I was taking my daughter to work tonight, stating that they're wanting to release the hostages 3 a week. There are 33 hostages remaining, and they only want to release them at 3 a week, regardless of the condition that they are in. Now that's very, very worrying. Very worrying. Right, so I'm also, as a aside to that, it's aside but yet along this topic, is Donald Trump did say not so long ago that if it wasn't sorted out by the time he was inaugurated, there would be hell to pay. So is this new negotiations that are going ahead, is this down to the Trump effect? Let's not forget that that Saudi Arabia have been dealing with these negotiations, so we cannot forget Saudi Arabia's input in this. They were very supportive towards the Abraham Accords and peace in the Middle East. So let's not just forget, let's credit where credit's due. So let's have a look. We'll do a Wisdom of the Oracle first. This is Wisdom of the Oracle by Colette Baron Reid. I'll move these to one side for now. Let's kick us off with one of these and see if it'll give us a springboard with which to jump from. In my meditation, I have to say that the condition of the hostages is what I've got coming through, and I'm sure it's to absolutely no surprise to anybody that the condition of the hostages are that that it's very poor indeed. As for the tunnels in Gaza, I'll be honest with you, I've purposely not followed it because it's a very contentious issue. You've got two very strong sides. There's end of the day, there's war. There's always been war in that area. Since time immemorial, there's been war in that area. And Israel is the only democracy in the middle of a lot of non-democracies. So, you know, I'm not for one side or the other. I'm not for war, to be honest with you. I think it's something that the big boys do, the faceless big boys do, in order to generate income. And it's all about the money. All about the money. Always has been, always will be. And when we're in economic decline, we always end up going into war. Why? Because the making of munitions and sending young men to die as cannon fodder makes money for the big corporations. Whichever way you look at it, it's sick. We've got Chop Wood, number 42. I don't have a good feeling about it. I mean, I know they haven't agreed to it yet. I think I think they're wrangling over it, and I think it's all to do with the hostages. But I don't know much about it, so I'm literally reading tarot off the back of what I've just told you, because that's all I do know. Now is the time to take small steps rather than larger leaps on the journey to creating your most prosperous life. Move your focus off your big dream and attend to the mundane chores. Focus on the little things that may have piled up while you've been mapping out your greater plan for the life you aspire to see manifest into reality. Chop wood, carry water, as the Zen proverb advises, or wash dishes, walk the dog. While you're doing all that, Spirit will have a chance to move mountains and set wondrous miracles in motion for you. Remain humble and aware of the present. So, I mean, I think that's I think that's good advice for all of us, really, because I think I certainly have, and I'm absolutely certain a lot of you have found that all this basically delving into the bowels of what's happening, both at home and geopolitically, it's very, very wearing, and I think sometimes we lose sight of life and what we need to do, and being content in the moment. and trying to live in the present rather than worrying about the future that's not here and mulling over the past that's gone. And I think we all need to take advice from that, including myself. So let's have a look. We'll have ordinary rider weight to start with. So, to what extent is this the Trump effect? So I'm going to take a card for Israel, a card for, in fact, I'm going to take a card for the hostages straight away. I'm going to take a card for the hostages, because at the end of the day, no matter what happens between the leaders of these countries, it's the hostages and the people on both sides that have been the victims of this horrific war. So let's have a look. Let's have a card for the hostages. What's the state of the hostages right now? I'm not taking that because that's 3. State of the hostages right now. What's the state of the hostages right now? What's the state? I don't know if you... Right, I've got 2. So I'll take that one first. High Priestess and the King of Pentacles. Right, so... if I'm taking this as the state of the hostages right now, this is secrecy. This is about secrecy. This is about things that are hidden that will soon be revealed. And the Ten of Pentacles is, sorry, the King of Pentacles. This is sturdy, dependable, financially secure. So I'm wondering if this securing the release of the hostages is down to a huge money exchange, perhaps. But this is shrouded in secrecy, and it will be revealed. It will be revealed what happens to them. You know, and interestingly enough, the High Priestess is holding the Torah, the Jewish Bible, which I believe is the first 5 books of the Old Testament. And this is Boaz and Joachim. These are supposedly the pillars of Solomon's temple. So isn't that interesting? It's almost as if they're being not protected, but what's the word? It does feel like whether these hostages are alive or no longer with us, they have been there is some protection, if you know what I mean. I don't know what I'm trying to say here. It's almost like they're protected, they've been protected, or are sustained by their faith. It feels like some money is going to be changing hands here, a substantial amount. So obviously we've got the wounded warrior. So it feels like the hostages. I'm going to say the hostages that will be released first will be the ones in the best condition. That's what I'm saying. That's how I'm saying it. And then we've got too many. If they need to if they're supposed to come out, they will. And then we've got the Queen of Wands. I'm going to take another one. Queen of Wands. And the King of Swords. So, I think this is how they need to go. Because I think this is pushing me to do more of a reading about the hostages rather than Trump. But I will look at Trump. So we've got the High Priestess. These people who are in the tunnels right now, the hostages, are being sustained by faith. Their condition, the whereabouts, and how many are still with us is still yet to be revealed. There is going to be some money changing hands for that. I do definitely feel that the first hostages to be released will be the ones in the best condition, although obviously they were taken. No one knows what's happened to them. They've been gone for over a year. I believe one of them's a very small baby. So in the tunnels, unless that baby's been really well cared for, you know, these are battered and bruised individuals turning away from the Queen of Wands. So it's almost like the Queen of Wands is a woman. If as a person, the Queen of Wands obviously depicts a female. This is someone who's artistic, creative, intuitive, and also fiery. So what's that got to do with a woman? Unless there is a prominent woman that's had a very highly active role in overseeing the hostages. I don't know. I absolutely don't know. And then we've got the King of Wands, King of Swords. This is someone who's very decisive action, intellectual, sharp-tongued, and he's going here. So this is the negotiator. This is the negotiator. He's touching the High Priestess, and I don't know if you can see this. The High Priestess and the King of Pentacles. This is the hostages, the money on the table, and the negotiator. That's how they lay on the table. And then we've got the hostages. Somebody overseeing their capture is female. I would say is female. Could even be someone overseeing their their release. Could be a female. And then we've got battle over but not. So this is like oh God, I'm going to call it, I'm going to say that some hostages will be released. I think we're going to start all over again. I think what's going to happen here is there's going to be a ceasefire called. Everybody's going to go, yay, they've all, you know, it's done. Donald Trump's the president and they're all frightened to death of him. This war is over. They're going to start releasing the hostages. And I think what's happening is Hamas are just having a breather and regrouping, because this is walking away from a battle, but it's not over. This battle isn't over. They've walked away, but this person's still got the swords. So it feels like whoever's got the upper hand, and I don't know whether it is Israel or Hamas. According to all the news reports, Hamas are on the knees. But it's like, this is like an arrogant, in a way, this is quite arrogant. You've won, yeah, we've won. We've got all the weapons, but these people walking away will be coming back. I'm telling you now, that's going to happen. It's not. This is not over. This is not over yet. So, and I've got two more. I asked a question. We've got the Page of Cups, which I nearly always read as an apology, and I'm reading it as an apology. And I've got here the Temperance, a return to balance. So even though it's not over, there is an apology made. I don't know which side. I don't know whether both sides are going to apologise to each other. And there is a return to balance. But this card, this Five of Swords, is telling me only for now. There is going to be a regrouping. They're going to try it on again. So let's have a look at Donald Trump. So how much influence has Donald Trump got over this? Let's have a look. I don't know whether this is going to stop all the protesting every week. I don't know whether that's going to calm the anger down on the British streets and on the streets all over the world. I don't know. I really don't know. But, you know, I think what the world needs now, oh my word, what the world needs now is love, sweet love. It's the only thing that there's just too little of. That's what we need. That is what we need. Need a little bit of just mutual respect, love and harmony, community, giving. But, you know, we don't live in a come-by-our world. We've got the 6 of Wands for Donald Trump. This is victory. Now, right now, I think Joe Biden's saying that, you know, this ceasefire is all he's making. It can't be Joe Biden's. He's been in bed for, you know, the man's been in La La Land for, I don't know how many years, but longer than he's been president. It's not been Joe Biden that's been out there doing the negotiating. It has been the Saudi Arabia that's been doing this. They don't want this war in this region. Neither do the Egyptians. And the Egyptians don't want Gazans because they've put massive walls up to stop them coming in. So, you know, something evil this way comes, I think. But on both sides, I think. But this is Trump. He's coming in. He's all victorious. Right. He's doing his victory speech. He's gonna do his victory lap anyway, isn't he, on Monday, because that's when he's inaugurated, I believe. Then we've got the 5 of Swords again, this time in reverse. So he's coming in determined to stop this rebound. Yeah, this is the Gaza. The Gaza reading was, it's only going to be done for now. It's going to happen again. He's on about stopping this for good. He's determined to stop this for good. He's determined he's stopping this Middle East issue for good. He also says within 24 hours, Russia and Ukraine will be settled. Let's just hope so, because that battle's cost much of the world a hell of a lot of money. And resources. So let's hope so. We've got 2 more. We've got the 2 of Wands, making plans. He's strategizing right now. And then we've got the Ace of Pentacles. This is new money, new opportunities, building new things. This is all, and the Pentacles is all about the material world. What you can see, hear, smell, taste, touch. This is all about the physical world. This is about starting afresh, potential for brand new wealth, brand new building of objects and machinery, and it's you know, this is potential, a gift from the divine. He's strategizing and making plans for that. He's on about, this is all about, you know, everybody's pinning the hopes on Trump to save the world. And please, please remember, you cannot rely on one person or a group of people to save us from anything. We have to get off our backsides and we have to save ourselves. And we have to do it through being in communities. Then we've got the Knight of Cups. So he's clearly got some really good foot soldiers. So where he's got his victory, he's going to stop this war for good. He's got some people, individuals that are touting peace, basically. I don't know if you can see it. Touting peace. Aiming for peace. Aiming for accord. amongst all the nations, like stopping all the shenanigans. Let's get over it. He's got some good foot soldiers to help him do that. And then the plans and the opportunities. Where's that going? Plans and his opportunities. Oh, look at that. That's beautiful. Making plans, new opportunities, redistribution of wealth. You know when he said he's going to drain the swamp? You know, I know Congress, I know there's a lot of corruption in there. I think this is all about this is about redressing the balance financially. This is about cutting all the dead wood, cutting all the scams and insider trading and all that kind of thing, and giving this money back into the coffers of for the people. Not necessarily giving people money, but this looks like giving back in other ways, like rebuilding, strengthening things, strengthening systems so that they can't be corrupted, that kind of thing, so that the common man gets a good crack at the whip. But how successful is Donald Trump going to be with that? How successful what's the potential for his success here? If this hasn't recorded, I'm going to go absolutely nuts. We've got the Four of Pentacles and the King of Swords. King of Swords again. So we've got there's going to be a tendency for these people to keep hold of what they've got. Your Nancy Pelosi's with all her billions. But we've got this strategist here who's got a really good plan to stop it happening. One more. Donald Trump, one more. And then we've got the Hierophant. I think this is the restoration of Christianity and the restoration of Christian values, family values, basically common decency. So, I think this might have stopped recording, so I'm going to sit and watch it through, and if it works I'll upload it, and if it doesn't then I've just basically wasted half an hour of my voice and an hour before it, and oh, never mind. Oh, right, I'm going. And if this is successfully uploaded, I hope you do really well. Please don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe. There are lots and lots of people, newcomers, that watch my videos but they don't like or comment or subscribe. Please do so, because the more people that watch my videos and share them, the more money is made for a very, very worthy cause. None of it goes in my back pocket. None of it will ever go in my back pocket. So I'm off, and I'll speak to you soon. Take care. Ta-ra.